Have you ever walked into your living room, looked around and thought, where do I even start? For many older adults, this moment is stressful. The clutter isn't just mess, it's a reminder of energy lost, time wasted, and sometimes even safety risks. But here at the Senior Nest, we've learned that you don't need hours of cleaning to feel calm and safe in your home. With just a few simple habits, you can transform your space in minutes. Today, I'll share with you 9 secrets to a spotless house in just 15 minutes a day. And if you stay with me until the end, I'll reveal a special 5-minute reset method that has saved countless seniors from panic when guests arrive unannounced. When I first met Mary, a 68-year-old grandmother, she confessed, "I love my home, but keeping it tidy feels like chasing the wind. The more I try, the messier it seems." What changed her life wasn't a new vacuum or a complicated schedule. It was a set of small habits, gentle, practical, and surprisingly powerful. These are the same habits we're about to uncover together. Secret 1: the 2-minute rule. One of the biggest challenges I see in many homes, especially for older adults, is how quickly little things pile up. A coat on the chair, shoes left by the door, dishes in the sink. Individually, they don't look like much, but together they create an environment that feels heavy and overwhelming. The 2-minute rule is a simple way to stop that cycle before it begins. If something takes less than 2 minutes to put away, just do it now. This habit is not about rushing or working harder. It's about protecting your energy and keeping your home safe. When you hang your coat right away, you avoid bending down later to pick it up. When you put the glass in the sink immediately, you prevent a pile that will demand more effort tomorrow. These small choices add up to a huge difference in how your space feels. I remember Robert, a 72-year-old widower who once told me that his living room chair had become the second closet. Every evening he dropped his coat there, and by the weekend it was buried under a mountain of laundry, papers, and mail. When I encouraged him to try the 2-minute rule, he laughed at how simple it sounded, but within a week he was amazed. "That tiny act makes me feel like my home is already in order," he said, and he was right. It wasn't just the chair that changed, it was his mindset. He felt lighter, calmer, and more in control. The real beauty of the 2-minute rule is how it builds confidence. Each time you act immediately, you prove to yourself that you are capable of keeping your home in order without exhaustion. Over time, these tiny victories stack up into a space that feels welcoming every single day. It's not about perfection, it's about creating a safe and peaceful nest, one small action at a time. Secret 2: the magic basket method. Every home has those little items that seem to wander without a destination. A pair of reading glasses on the kitchen counter, keys left on the couch, a remote control hiding under the cushions. They don't just create clutter, they quietly steal your time and your energy as you search for them again and again. That's where the magic basket method comes in. The idea is simple. Keep one attractive basket or tray in a central spot, like your living room or near the front door. Anytime you come across something out of place, but don't have the energy to deal with it right away, just drop it into the basket. Then once a day, perhaps in the evening when the house is quiet, you take a few minutes to return everything to where it belongs. I once shared this method with Mary, a 68-year-old grandmother who told me that walking back and forth across her home left her exhausted. Instead of making 10 trips to return small things, she began collecting them in her basket. She called it her little helper. By the end of the day, her living room looked calm and she still had energy left to enjoy a cup of tea before bed. The benefit of this method isn't just visual, it gives you a sense of control. Your home looks tidy even during the busiest days, and when unexpected guests arrive, you can simply move the basket aside and instantly feel ready to welcome them. Most importantly, it turns a frustrating chore into a simple routine that supports your well-being. The magic basket isn't about hiding clutter, it's about creating a gentle rhythm in your day, one that protects your strength and keeps your home feeling peaceful. And that peace is what truly makes a house feel like a nest. Secret 3. The 15-minute timer technique. One of the biggest barriers to keeping a tidy home is not the mess itself, but the thought of it. You look at the living room or the kitchen and think, this will take hours. That single thought drains your energy before you even begin. Many older adults I've spoken with share this feeling. Cleaning feels endless, and so it gets postponed again and again. The 15-minute timer technique is a way to break through that mental block. Here's how it works. Choose one space, set a timer for 15 minutes, and focus only on that area until the timer rings. No distractions, no television, no phone, just 15 minutes of gentle, steady action. Because it's only 15 minutes, it feels manageable. And often, it becomes almost like a game. I remember Henry, a 74-year-old who once dreaded his weekly cleaning. He agreed to try the timer, starting with his living room. For 15 minutes, he picked up magazines, straightened cushions, wiped the table, and swept the floor. When the timer rang, he was astonished. The room looked refreshed, and he hadn't worn himself out. The best part, he found himself choosing to keep going another 10 minutes, not because he had to, but because he was encouraged by the progress. This method brings 3 powerful benefits. First, it breaks the cycle of procrastination. 15 minutes doesn't feel threatening, so you begin. Second, it builds consistency. Instead of waiting for the mess to pile up, you tackle it in small sessions that keep your home manageable. And third, it boosts your mood. Each short session ends with visible results, giving you a sense of accomplishment and control. The 15-minute timer isn't about rushing or pushing yourself to exhaustion. It's about giving yourself permission to do a little, knowing that a little is enough to make a difference. When practiced regularly, it turns housework from a heavy burden into a series of short, achievable steps that fit gently into your day. Secret 4. The 3-box system. One of the hardest parts of organizing isn't moving things around, it's deciding what to do with them. Many of us stand in front of a drawer or closet, holding an item and thinking far too long, should I keep this? Maybe I'll need it someday, but maybe not. That indecision steals your time and leaves the clutter right where it is. The 3-box system removes that hesitation. The idea is simple. Prepare 3 boxes or bags and label them clearly: keep, donate, and discard. Each time you pick up an item, ask yourself, have I used this in the last 6 months? If the answer is yes, it goes into the keep box. If not, but it's still in good condition, place it in the donate box. And if it's broken or damaged, let it go into the discard box. I once worked with Linda, a 70-year-old who had closets overflowing with clothes she no longer wore. She told me that every time she tried to tidy up, she ended up putting everything back because she simply couldn't decide. When she finally tried the 3-box system, something changed. With each blouse and pair of shoes, she made a quick decision guided by the boxes. By the end of the afternoon, she had cleared half her closet and created a large bag of donations. Her words were unforgettable. I realized the memories weren't in the clothes, they were in me. The power of this system lies in its clarity. You no longer waste precious minutes debating over each item. Instead, you move forward with purpose. The results are freeing: less clutter to manage, more space to breathe, and the joy of knowing that items you no longer use may help someone else. For older adults, this isn't just about tidying. It's about reducing the burden of excess. Fewer things mean less to clean, less to trip over, and less to weigh on your mind. The 3-box system gives you permission to let go, and in letting go, you create a safer, calmer, and more comfortable home. Secret 5. The 1-in, 1-out rule. One of the biggest reasons homes become cluttered is simple. New things keep coming in, but nothing goes out. A gift from a friend, a new pan from the store, another pair of shoes. It feels harmless in the moment, but over the years it builds into overflowing closets and drawers that can barely close. For many older adults, this accumulation doesn't just take up space, it creates stress and sometimes even safety hazards in the home. The one-in, one-out rule is a gentle but powerful way to stop that cycle. The rule is this: for every new item that enters your home, one old item must leave. If you buy a new blouse, choose an older one to donate. If you receive a book as a gift, pass along a book you've already read. Even small things like a new kitchen utensil should replace an older one you no longer use. I remember John, a 69-year-old who loved cooking. Over the years, he had collected more pans than he had cabinets for, and it became frustrating just to find the one he needed. When he began practicing the one-in, one-out rule, the things changed. The day he bought a new frying pan, he placed one of his older pans into a donation box. Over time, his cabinets grew lighter and easier to manage. He told me, for the first time, I can open the cupboard without pans falling on my feet. The beauty of this rule is that it keeps balance. Your home never grows more crowded, and you are encouraged to be thoughtful about what you truly need. It also turns shopping into a conscious choice. Before bringing something new home, you ask yourself, what am I willing to let go of? For seniors, the benefits are even deeper. Less clutter means safer movement around the house, easier access to what you actually use, and less energy wasted managing things you don't need. And every time you donate, you also give someone else the chance to enjoy what once served you well. The one-in, one-out rule isn't about giving things up. It's about making room for the life you want today without letting yesterday's belongings weigh you down. Secret 6. The zoned cleaning method. One of the main reasons many people feel overwhelmed by housework is because they try to take on the whole home at once. The thought of "I need to clean everything today" is exhausting before you even begin. And for older adults, that pressure often leads to giving up halfway, leaving the home feeling just as cluttered as before. The zoned cleaning method changes this by breaking your home into small, manageable areas, zones. Instead of thinking about the entire house, you focus only on one small zone at a time. Today, the coffee table. Tomorrow, the kitchen counter. The next day, the bookshelf. Each task is simple, and each one can be finished in just a few minutes. I worked once with Helen, a 71-year-old who always dreaded Saturday cleaning because she tried to tackle every room in one day. By the end, she was too tired to enjoy her weekend. When she tried the zoned cleaning method, she began with just her nightstand. The next day, she focused on the dining table. By the end of the week, without ever exhausting herself, her whole home felt lighter and more organized. She told me, for the first time, I didn't need to recover from cleaning. I could actually enjoy my clean house. This method has 3 important benefits. First, it removes overwhelm. When each task is small, you no longer feel crushed by the weight of cleaning. Second, it builds motivation. Finishing a small zone creates a sense of accomplishment that makes you want to continue. Third, it is sustainable. Because you're never draining yourself, you can keep this routine going for years, not just days. For older adults, this approach also protects health. You can choose zones based on your energy each day, one corner today, another tomorrow, without strain. The result is a home that feels continuously cared for, not just occasionally rescued after it has gotten too messy. The zoned cleaning method isn't about doing everything at once, it's about steady, gentle progress. And over time, these small victories create a home that always feels calm, safe, and ready to welcome you. Secret 7. The fixed place technique. Have you ever spent 10 minutes looking for your keys or turned the whole living room upside down just to find the remote control? For many people, and especially for older adults, this daily hunt is more than frustrating. It's tiring, stressful, and sometimes even dangerous when important items like glasses or medications can't be found quickly. The fixed place technique is the solution. It's simple, but incredibly powerful. Give every item in your home a permanent home and always return it there. Keys on the same hook by the door, glasses in a small tray on the nightstand, remote controls on a shelf by the sofa, important documents in one folder in your desk. The key is consistency, making sure that every time you finish using something, it goes right back to its home. I once knew Mr. Henry, a 75-year-old who used to lose his glasses almost every morning. He said it became part of his routine, spending 15 minutes searching before he could even start his day. After introducing a simple glasses dish on his nightstand, his mornings completely changed. "That little dish gave me back my time," he said with a laugh. Instead of beginning his day with stress, he started with calm. The beauty of this technique is that it grows automatic. At first, you may need to remind yourself, but after a couple of weeks, it becomes a natural habit. And the benefits go far beyond saving time. You eliminate unnecessary stress, you protect your energy, and you make your home naturally more organized without extra effort. For seniors, this habit can also mean safety and independence. Knowing exactly where things are, like medications, glasses, or mobility aids, prevents accidents and brings confidence. There's peace in knowing that your essentials are always within reach. The fixed place technique may sound small, but it's truly transformative. When everything has a home, your home becomes a place of ease, flow, and reassurance, a true nest where life feels lighter. Secret 8. The night organization system. Have you ever woken up in the morning and felt behind before the day even started? The dishes are still in the sink, clothes are scattered on the chair, papers sit in messy piles on the table. Instead of beginning with calm, you start your day surrounded by yesterday's unfinished business. For many older adults, this morning's stress lingers and colors the entire day. The night organization system is a gentle way to change that story. Before going to bed, spend just 10 minutes resetting your space. Wash the dishes, clear the counters, fold or hang up clothes, and prepare tomorrow's outfit. The effort is small, but the effect the next morning is remarkable. I remember Susan, a 70-year-old who often told me her mornings felt rushed and overwhelming. When she tried this nightly habit, she was surprised by how much lighter her mornings became. She said, "It feels like I have a helper who tidied everything while I slept." Imagine stepping into a clean kitchen for breakfast or finding your clothes ready without searching. Those moments set the tone for the whole day. This practice works because it fits naturally into your evening rhythm. As the day winds down, your mind is already preparing for rest. Using just a few minutes to put things in order becomes part of that closing ritual. And instead of carrying unfinished tasks into tomorrow, you wake up to a fresh start. The benefits are powerful. You begin each day with clarity, not clutter. Your mood lifts because your environment is calm. Your mornings run smoothly, saving your energy for the things you truly enjoy. And most importantly, you carry into each day a sense of readiness rather than stress. The night organization system is not about perfection. It's about creating a home that welcomes you each morning with peace. It's a gift you give yourself every night, and one that repays you with calm, confidence, and joy each day after. Secret 9. The quick reset strategy. No matter how careful we are, life has a way of throwing our routines off track. A busy week, unexpected visitors, or simply a day when we don't have the energy to tidy up. Suddenly, the living room looks like a storm just passed through. For many older adults, that sight can feel overwhelming, and the thought of "where do I even start?" becomes the reason nothing gets done at all. That's when the quick reset strategy becomes your best friend. Instead of worrying about perfection, this method is about spending just 5 focused minutes to bring order back into your space. Here's how it works. Set a timer for 5 minutes and follow this simple rhythm. First, pick up anything that is clearly out of place. Second, carry those items to the correct rooms, even if you don't put them in their exact spot yet. Third, clear and straighten the main surfaces, tables, counters, or sofas. Fourth, give those surfaces a quick wipe. And finally, make 1 or 2 small adjustments to freshen the room, like straightening pillows or folding a throw blanket. I once met Margaret, a 73-year-old who admitted she sometimes avoided inviting her neighbors in, even for a quick chat, because she felt embarrassed by her clutter. When she started using the quick reset, everything changed. One afternoon, with only 10 minutes before company arrived, she did her reset. Shoes back to the closet, papers stacked neatly, coffee table wiped. When her friends walked in, she felt proud instead of anxious. She told me later, it wasn't perfect, but it was welcoming, and that made me feel confident again. The power of this technique lies in its simplicity. 5 minutes is never too much to ask of yourself, even on difficult days. It guarantees that your home never feels completely out of control. It helps you build resilience, knowing that no matter what, you always have a way to bring calm back quickly. For seniors, this strategy offers more than a tidy space, it restores peace of mind. It proves that a safe, organized home is always within reach, and that even in the busiest or hardest moments, you can reset your environment and with it, your state of mind. The quick reset strategy isn't about a spotless house, it's about giving yourself a fresh start over and over again. And sometimes that is exactly what we need most. At the Senior Nest, we believe these secrets are more than cleaning tricks. They are about freedom, freedom from overwhelm, freedom from clutter, and freedom to enjoy your life with peace of mind. Try just one of these today, just one, and notice how lighter your space feels, how calmer your mornings become, how much easier it is to breathe in your own home. Because in the end, a spotless house isn't about perfection. It's about creating a safe, calm, and joyful nest for you and for the people you love.